Hello everybody, welcome back to another PGA 2K25 playthrough review. Seminole Glades by Bacon Junkie 1. That's what we're going to play today. Now, full disclosure, I have, as usual, the back tees selected and pin 1. I like to do that to keep things consistent. The time of day is the way that the designer set it for the ambiance they were looking for. I do have easier swing settings because I do a lot of design work and I like to intentionally put it somewhere to see how it will react as I'm working on that spot. But also, I do have a bit of a twitch. So I like to keep that under control a bit because you can still blow it with the easier swing settings. Trust me, I've done it. But if you've got a course you want to see, whether it's your own design or it's somebody else's, if you got a course you want to see us play through and review, drop a comment below with the name of the course and the name of the designer, whether it's yourself or someone else. Just make sure to put the course name and the designer name so we know we're playing the correct course. Because I know a few courses have the same name as each other, and I want to make sure that if we do it, we're playing the right one that you're suggesting. But otherwise, let's not waste any time getting into this because we want to see this. Let's get in and see how the game goes. See how this course is. Now, another key thing is, this is less about the score and more about the course.
Hi there, my name is John McCarthy, and I'm here to welcome you to PGA Tour 2K25. First up on the menu today is a lovely par
First
4.
glimpse.
All right, let's go. Full send.
Wow. This is so much effort put in here. I love the little... I'm not sure if it's pine straw. I think it's pine straw. It might be mulch, but I think, yeah, that might be mulch. But still, I can't quite tell myself. But look at the greenery here. The contrast of the white sands. This is much like Augusta. Very green with bright sand and the mulching sides and the mulch pine straw sides. This is a beautiful opening hole. I will tell you that. The line this gives, now I'm not sure if that stands back there. I think it is. I'm not 100% sure where the clubhouse is, but that's all right. Let's take an overhead look at this. Wonderful. That's spectacular view. Look at the lines of those, and look at the sand trap on that one hole over the side there. This is going to be a fun play, I think. I like the little island green popping up on the side. Up there. This is going to be a fun course, I can already tell. So let's, off first glimpse, great looking. Let's get it going and see how it is.
Look at this, just caught it.
I will speed up a bit because some of these shots can take a really long time.
This one is around 180
but that's all right.
To the pin.
It's here to enjoy the views of the course. Just take a look. I rarely have a bad thing to say about any of the courses I've played because I understand the effort that goes in from the designers. Oh, hits the pin. And I've done some design work myself, as I said, and I can understand my creations don't even remotely match the level of what some of these designers can do. So, credit to them.
Sit at 1 under par.
Seminole Glades is looking beautiful so far. No, and that's a thing.
We have a par 4. Let's go.
I can only imagine some of the quality these designers can do. Look at the way that those rough patches pop up in the middle of the bunker. And I'll say it again. I've said it every time so far.
Looks like it'll be in the fairway.
I believe that a designer can't just design... Oh, just hung onto the fairway there. I believe that as a designer, you can't just design any course for any theme and then pick any theme for any course. I truly do believe that you have to put a great amount of effort figuring out what exactly it is. Look at this view. Look at that water there, too. Wow. You have to put a great amount of effort determining the right course for the right theme and the right theme for the right course. I don't think you can just, say, oh, this is the course, and now I'm just going to get a theme. I believe you have to be kind of envisioning yourself, put the camera in the right angle that you can essentially, little heavy, little off to the right. You can essentially make yourself standing there to view down the hole, look at the grounds, and determine, I want this here, I want this here, I want this here. So absolute credit to these designers who can do things like this. Oh, very close.
Done on the chip shot.
And just paint a masterpiece on the canvas.
Okay, next hole coming up. Currently sitting at 1 under par.
Excellent job so far. And as I say, the ability to do these things.
Par 4, let's go.
The care and the effort that goes into this as well. Sculpting the right way, picking the right fairways and greens and sand and everything. Rough, everything. This is a difficult process. You don't see a course like this pop up just from 5 minutes of effort. It takes work.
All right. This is about 120 yards or so from
and I absolutely commend the ones making these courses so good. Courses like this, I would love to play this in real life. Oh, second time hitting a pin.
Good job.
No, this is another course that I say, oh man, if I could play it in person. I can just picture being on this course. Spectacular views.
And let's see how things go here on the 4th.
Look at this. How could you not just love the look of this? And again, you're staring that down in real life. You're standing here looking at that. And then your second shot is going to be looking with a nice, beautiful pond beside you, open here like this. That is something that is incredibly beautiful to look at. I'm going to try something that I hope works out. Try and just go with the roll a bit here. Okay, not as much as I was hoping would happen, but we're on the green at least.
This will take you to 4 under. This is an uphill putt and moving to the left.
I lost everything on that.
All right, that'll work from that distance. All right, all we need is a little tap here. Let's do it. That was nice. Back-to-back birdies.
3-4, 3-4. Look at these views, though. Look at these views.
All right, lovely little par 3 here for the 5th.
Oh, boy. I'm going to try something. It's definitely a tough-looking par 3. Come on, slow down. Oh. Would have liked to hit the pin on that one.
You could go to 4 under.
Look at this view, though.
This putt looks like it's going uphill to the right.
That island is spectacular. And looking at this view, just look at this. Incredible job making this. I love how that shows up. Just so weird. It's like a sea of green. I don't think I have any chance of sinking this putt. I'm not going to lie. I underswung that, so hopefully it doesn't land too far. Oh, I might have actually overhit that a lot. Okay.
All right, here's a 5-foot putt.
Man, reading greens when you're not standing there can be a bit tough.
And after that hole, you are at 3 under par.
The view from this one looks terrifying. Absolutely
Now,
daunting.
let's see what we can do here on the 6th.
I'm just going to try and get it up the middle of the fairway. That's all my goal is here.
Well done. Okay, we've got about 165 yards to go here.
Let's take a little look.
That green slopes away from
Shall we?
it. So this
Wow.
approach could go a little long if you're not careful.
Just wow. The effort to make this. The effort to make this. This is just. This is ridiculous. How incredibly detailed, how incredibly well laid out this is. This is what you want to see from a designer. Stuff like this, because it makes the course an absolute pleasure to play, and you really do want to play it in real life. Oh, I hit that perfectly. Slow down. Oh, a little heavy.
That's a safe shot. 4 under par if you can sink this right here. This one's going left to right. Pretty hard break too.
And I still screwed up.
Well, didn't quite get there, did it?
No, and this is the thing. I'm looking at this going, wow. I've played some nice courses in person, and you know, that's what makes you, as a golfer, look and say, you know what? I want to play this in real life. I've seen the views of other stuff, and boy, do I want to play this in real life. It's funny because I know why it's coming up as green space, and it's because they put some water over the grass, but it doesn't register that it's water on the map. And that's crazy. But I see this, that's a hole. That's a golf hole.
Oh, you just smashed that. Okay, here's our second shot here on the 7th hole.
Let's go. Let's give this a go. Looking good. Looking good. As it should. Oh, wow, that kick.
Yeah, that's gonna
ruined my vibe there.
Nice.
I like that bunker on the side of the green there. A nice embankment at the top, so you really got to lift it up to get it over. That was a good little feature there.
This one's a par 5 for the 8th.
I like this. A sand trap running up the side and some water. Great idea. And look at that bunker on the right. I love the shaping of that. It's very creative because it really gives you a little bit of a pocket here and there, and it really can keep you from rolling too far. That's very nice, well designed. Good landing.
Here's our second shot on the 8th.
Oh, wow. This is going to be a tough one. Give it a go. But I see this, and we're at the edge of the course here. There's a little bit of a path there. Looks like it goes to some estate homes on the course, on the edge of the course. So we're at the edge of this part of the course. I have no idea where the next hole is. It might be that off to the left, not sure. But that's a nice line. Yeah, so I think it's that over to the left. But this is nice. This is a nice hit into the edge of the course. It looks good. Hit a little bit heavy, but that's kind of what I was going for. So I'm trying to roll it up and on. Not enough steam.
All right, that one's going to hold on to the fairway. Love it.
Might have hit this way too hard.
5 under if you sink this putt.
It's okay, though. I like the view there. You got that, we'll call it lake line in the background there with some houses. You know, nice big, if you want to call it a lake or a pond or whatever. I like that. And you got the view across the water of all those houses and such, the little street. That's nice. Lots of effort into the surrounding.
Great work.
You don't see it all the time, but you do get to see that, and it's nice. It's well done. Very nice. Very nice challenge here.
Fly here on the 9th.
Got the bunker out in front that is massive. I like the little pockets of rough, though. That's good. It's like little islands in the sea of sand. Gives it some perspective, some design, more than just a giant pocket of sand. It's very nice. A little bit underswing, but let's hope it works out. Oh, it does, it does. Oh, ho, ho. Merry Christmas not to be.
This one's around 15 feet away.
This should be a fairly straightforward putt. Oh, I was right to leave it on the initial. Good job.
Tracking. And as that drops in the hole, that's your 6th birdie today.
This is a nice front 9. First 9 has been beautiful, well laid out. I like this 10th hole starting off. It's going to be long to the fairway.
And we start the back 9 with a par 4.
You want me to get an eagle on this? Jeez. Let's take a quick look at this. Starting off on the back 9. Good view. Really, it's a good view. And more houses off to the right. That's nice. That's good. That's a good look. Little street. You can see it as you come up the fairway. Like you can see the houses there. I chunked that. This is why I aim up the left side very frequently. I have a tendency to pull right a bit. Oh wow, I like the look in the background of all these holes. Beautiful. Jeez, I just chunked the second one. Again, this is why I aim to the left quite a bit. I have a habit of chunking it on the way through and going to the right, which is why I aim left. I've put enough over the years into the trees on the right.
Okay, lengthy par 4 ahead of us here.
Oh, this is long. I do like how the houses kind of creep up to the edge of the course there. This bunker work is well designed. It's not just bland bunkers. It gives a massive space for bunkering, but it's not just bland, giant patch of sand. it's got design to it. It's got little mounds of rough in the middle, which really does also change the play, but gives the design some personality.
This drive is moving. And we got around 220 to go from here.
This will be tough. Okay. Nice looking surroundings. I like this surrounding of the green. Green's a little pocketed area within a couple small mounds, all surrounded by bunkers, and a very nice looking slopage to the green. Nothing extreme, but it definitely works with the grounds. And the bunker sloping, and you look at that bunker on the straight ahead from me now, and how it is on that hill, same with that one and this one, and how this one is a bit of a pocket down in the ground. Wonderful design choices there. I just overswung. I hope it doesn't do me too much bad. And a little bit, but not
Nice
severe.
Shot into this green. Good work. Here's a putt to go to
Look at
8
that.
under.
You gotta say that is nice to have the houses surrounding like that. You know, a little bit of a pond over there and everything. These types of things are well thought through.
Way to get that birdie.
I give credit to designers who do this kind of stuff. The holes complement each other in the way they're laid out. I love this water feature here. That's insane. That looks great. But the houses, the surroundings complement the holes. There's not too much up and down hill work on this course, so it's you can tell that that isn't the aim of this course, to make it a full among hills. So the designer didn't put in too much. If their aim was to make a very bouncy course, they could have done that, and it would have been good. But when they clearly didn't make that their primary focus, they didn't do it, and it made it very nice to not see something that clearly wasn't their aim, to be stuck in the middle.
And here's a look at what you need to do to get to 9 under.
That is a steep break.
Pretty hard to the left.
Might not get this. Oh, I overcompensated.
Putt'll end up short.
No, it ended up right.
Tap in for the par on this one.
This, as I said, the color scheme they picked, the trees look wonderful.
Okay,
nothing too crowded.
Is before us. It's a par 5.
And you give me a 3-wood, thanks. I like the little wood line there. So they sunk some of those retaining wall into the ground for that bunker. That's nice. I like that. And as well as that, they've also stuck in some of those island rough spots on both bunkers. But, that one really, the design work of the island rough is ridiculous. It looks amazing. And again, you've got that, you don't have this big fence blocking or anything. I would have maybe put a stone wall. Now that's under my design choices. But I think it looks great. They don't overdo it. The course kind of just eases straight over to those houses. And I think that's really nice. I underhit that by like 6.
Looks like this one's safe.
Not even 6%. 8%.
And here's our second shot on the 13th.
I could have been going for the green. Just take a quick look. Yeah, this is a nice one. It truly is. Look at that. Look at that. Not going for the green because I way underhit the last one.
Nice.
Landed nice and close though. I would have had a shot at going for the green if I hadn't done what I did. Let's go. I overhit that flop by 1%.
This one's
Almost
just a
landed it in the
5-footer.
cup. I like this view. I like this view right here. This looks nice. Look at that. Imagine standing there, seeing all that fairway and bunkering and everything else wide open, but down that line back towards the tee, seeing the houses here and this pine straw mulch beneath the trees.
And you're sitting right there at 9 under par after that hole.
It just gives you a nice feeling. Now looking at this hole, it's going to be, oh boy.
14th hole now.
This is a little reminiscent of 18 at Pebble. And I say that because you've got the water on one side, a bunker towards the green, and that pesky tree up in the middle of the fairway. Good tee shot.
Not sure this one could roll into the rough though.
Please don't. Oh, that eats you. The sloping on that just eats you alive. Wow. Was not expecting that. Great little trick there. I like that. I like that tree in the middle of the bunker. No, that was a great little trick there. That it really the sloping. I would have aimed more at the tree, but I didn't want to put it under the tree. And instead, I aimed a little more to the right, and it just got sucked straight down towards there. It could have gone in the water. That's a great little trick. I like that. Thank you to the designer for doing that, because that was a nice little trick challenge for you that you don't see until you do it. Let's see what happens. Got a bit of a backstop, but I think I just butchered that. I did. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we are going to go for a bit of a flop. In my real golf game, I very, very seldom can do a flop. And properly. You know what? Considering how bad that was, it was still better than 90% of my flop shots in real life.
It's getting there. Nicely played.
Absolute credit to the designer so far. This is wonderful.
All right, 9 under is your score.
Wonderful little course. I like it so far. I think it takes some inspiration from Augusta, if I'm being totally honest. Some of the layout, the design choice, the aesthetic choice, I think takes a little hint from Augusta. As I said, I saw some potential inspiration or whatever from Pebble 18 on the last hole, which is possible. I mean, it's entirely possible that the designer hasn't used any inspiration from these things, and I give credit no matter what, because these are wonderful holes so far. You're not seeing slopage that just ruins your round. You know, the fairways aren't so bouncy like you might see on a links course, you know? Nice little divot. Oh, come on. Oh, ho, ho. Very close to going in.
Put this putt down and you get to 10 under par. This one looks like it's
not. Wow, look at this view, though. That's a view. That is a view. Seeing down that line is... You'd have to take a moment to soak it in if you were there. As it is, not even being there, I have to take a moment to soak that in. But imagine playing a course like this in person.
Nicely played.
I can almost guarantee you'd miss that putt because you'd be so focused on the beauty of this.
And after that one, 10 under.
You know, I think there are some new ways you can make the water a little better that I would try and do, but I do give the designer credit for the way that they've done this. Make sure to put a lot of water in where they felt was necessary, and I like that. And again, the bunkers, I love that they're not just empty bunkers. They've got this rough these little rough islands. That's an idea that personally I wouldn't have had. And I like that. It's something different. And again, like, you just look at this, and I like the way they've put these lines of trees with the mulch everywhere. You know, it really ties together certain pieces of the course. A little bit heavy on that, a little bit left. That's okay. That'll do.
This one's about 130 yards out.
I like this green. It lowers down quite a bit on the left side there. It's a little bit higher on the right. It gives me vibes of 17 at TPC Sawgrass, with the shape of the green and having the bunker out in front. Also the water edge there. And I think this is a very, very nice hole. Credit to the designer for very, very nice work getting this smooth greening and everything else. Good job, pin high.
Here we go, just a few more inches. And with that tap, it's a birdie on the scorecard.
This looks like it'll be an interesting hole. I think this is a par 3 coming up.
And this one is the 17th, and we got a par 3 here.
It is. Now, this is a view that would startle you, I have to say. Hitting into a green like this, where you've got water behind and beside and in front, you would want to land a little bit short in front, not a lot if you're going to miss. You wouldn't want to hit left, you wouldn't want to hit far. You wouldn't want to hit left or long. The right, you have a little bit of space, but you're going to land in a bunker or under a tree in the rough. You might also have a little bit of space in front. I would want to land in that fairway if I was going to miss anywhere, because at least it gives you a little bit more confidence on your second shot. And I think I'm going to land in it. No, I got saved.
Nice work. That was some good golf. Lining up.
Wow, I am terrible at this. That's good. Again, it's less about my score because I know I use a few assist aids. That's all right, though. We're just out here having fun, enjoying a simple round. And that's the only thing it's about right now. Taking a look at some courses, seeing what we like, imagining what could be.
Par 4, 18th hole.
This looks very tight fairway. I like the hit into the end. I like these bunkers on the right here. As opposed to every single bunker on the course having those little rough islands. This one, you got the first cut sloping in towards them, and it's 3 major size bunkers side by side by side. That little strip of rough in between, and I think it gives a bit of a cut edge. Yeah, you got it. The edging is not straight across. You know, it's a bit of a drop, that lip. I like that bunker up on the left. It's going to present a challenge. But this is, I like how close these holes are here. They really do have a nice little look to them. You know, they're very tight, but they all complement each other. They all have these trees in between with little gaps of rough here or there to give you the space to move and just give you a little break in the tree line, like as you see right here up on the left, just immediately to my left. Little breaks like that. And this is, that's a very nice little thought. And it's not overcrowding trees either. If it was meant to be a very filled forest, you'd see that. But these trees are meant to be something, and you can tell. Designer puts in a lot of effort when they do something like this. I mean, just to be honest, all these designers put in a lot of effort, but you really notice their vision when they do things. Oh, I missed the green.
Setting up here now for
Wow, the
third
sloping
shot.
on the back of this. I had confidence going into it, and they definitely took it away.
Oh, man. Good chip.
Oh, nice little drop-in shot there. I had the confidence going in this, but I didn't know the sloping at the back of the green was going to be the way it is. You don't really notice it until you hit up there and go missing the green. So credit to the designer on that as well.
And with that putt, your round comes to an end. And as this one winds to a close, 12 under par for you. And with that, I must leave you. I had fun out there with you today.
So Bacon Junkie won. Great job, Seminole Glades. I loved it. It was beautiful. Really well designed. Really well laid out. The ambience, the atmosphere, everything was spectacular. I liked the water, the bunkering. It was truly an effort piece. So great job. Please, if you enjoyed it, if you liked the course, smash the like button. Tell us you want to see more courses like this one that we check out. Credit to the designer. Go make sure to try this course, Seminole Glades by Bacon Junkie 1. I'm sure they'll appreciate the plays, and if you enjoy it and favorite and whatever. And again, if you want to see us play a course, suggest one to us. Drop a comment below telling us the course name and, of course, the designer name, just so we make sure we play the correct course. We'll try to make sure to shout out whoever suggested the course. And otherwise, thanks for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe. Hit the notification bell. It's the only way you can to see the next course review. And there's a lot of other content too, so make sure to check out our channel. Otherwise, thanks for joining us. See you next time with the next review.